Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am working with a torn doily. I'm thinking it's a doily, or maybe it was one of those crocheted collars, or maybe one of the pot holder things that hung from some, I don't know. Found this at a garage sale. It's got some holes and you can see it's lived a better life, so I'm going to repurpose it into a card. You know I love doing these projects. So I'm just taking a rough glance right here of how to get this on like a 5 by 7 inch card. I think if I go 5 inches across and 7 inches in length, I can do pretty well with that. Now I'm playing around with some paper, and although this is gorgeous, it really shows up better with more of a tone-on-tone paper. So I'll be going with this green side. Now I'm using a T-ruler to help me make a straight cut here, and I'm trying to use my rotary cutter, but as you can see, the thread used on this doily is a little more resilient than just plain material. So I'll go with Plan B and use a pencil and mark my 5 by 7 inch little hash lines here, so that I can come back with my scissors and just go with the fussy cutting method. I guess this doily has a little bit of starch left in it, which makes it a little easier to cut. You can see I'm getting some clean lines here. Although the edges aren't exactly straight, we're not going to worry about that. It is an old piece of linen. So here is my spray box, and you've seen me use the Elmer's Craft Bond many times. I'm going to really saturate this doily and then work with it fairly quickly to achieve a permanent bond to my cardstock. You can move this around and lift it for a few minutes and then leave it alone. And I'm going to bring over my brayer and really smush this down into the cardstock to get really good adhesion between that doily and my paper. Anything that's in excess, just flip it over and clip off with your scissors. Very easy to clean this up. I am, however, going to leave that bottom scallop alone. It's not going to affect how this goes into a regular sized envelope for a 5 by 7 inch card, so I'm going to leave that left hand corner as is, even with the hole in it. So there is my 5 by 7 inch card base. It's a heavyweight ivory cardstock. Then I'm going to just take my tape runner, go around the edges and down the middle a little bit. And as a tip, I like to use liquid adhesive with the tape runner when trying to adhere a full 5 by 7 onto a card front. This will give you a little wiggle room, kind of like sliders on furniture. You are going to see I can move this just a little bit until it really sets up with the tape runner and the liquid adhesive behind it. So I'll get that pushed down on the card front. And there you go. There's our beautiful doily preserved on the card front. Now I decided to keep it simple and just use my happy birthday die with a little background, a solid silhouette there. I'm going to put those together. That's the same green as in that background paper, and see where that looks best. I'm just keeping this very simple, letting the doily be the star of the show for this card. And I think it'll look really good there. I'm going to pop it up on a little bit of foam tape just so it stands off from the doily a little bit. And I think that will be a good position for the happy birthday sentiment. Hey, I am so glad that you dropped by to visit me today. I really enjoy having you come over to my YouTube channel. I hope you get inspired to look at some torn, stained linens and maybe think of a repurpose project that you can do with them. If you're new to the channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and if you're returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you again this week. I hope that you find inspiration and have a wonderful day. Happy crafting, everyone.